Patricia Schultz has a dream job, traveling the globe and writing about it. She's the author of 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, the second edition. The #1 New York Times bestseller contains 200 new entries, more than 24 new countries, and more than 600 full-color photographs. Sounds like quite a book. Patricia Schultz joins us now. She's here to talk to us and tell us her top 5 picks.
Yes.
How exciting. I love this topic.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about the book first of all. This is a new write-up. You did this completely
well,
over.
it's really, I think, an entirely new book. The first book came out in 2003, and really no sooner was the ink dry than I was already thinking about the places that I hadn't included that I've discovered since then. So 28 new countries, hundreds of new places, and even the old places that are included in the revision got rewritten with new information, new hotel choices, new festivals, all kinds of new information. So really it's an entirely new book, I think.
So I'm assuming you must do a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
You've been to more than about 90% of these places?
It feels, yeah, I haven't yet kind of checked them off, but it feels that way. But I just, came back last week. I'm always on the plane.
Oh, that's great. And we have to mention there's an app
yes,
that people can check out?
Beautiful app, yes. And you can get it through iTunes. It just came out a few months ago, and we're really proud of it because it really brings alive. There's a community of people who are posting their most recent trips, their bucket lists, where they've just been, where they want to go, and sharing it with a kind of, travel community that's huge in number. It's been very, very successful.
Great. Well, let's get to it. I'm interested to hear the top 5. We have some pictures that we're going to put up on the screen. The first one is from Kyoto, Japan, and you said you were just there.
Yeah, and I think your most recent trip is always your most favorite because it's still very vibrant in your memory. And Tokyo is remarkable. Japan to me was just a revelation. Not my first trip, but my most recent. As you mentioned, I just got home. Kyoto is the ancient capital. 2,000 shrines, Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples, really magnificent, centuries-old heritage of crafts. The people all throughout Japan I just found remarkable, gracious, lovely, never a language problem, very clean, organized,
really?
Great place to visit. Great place to visit. I'm in love with Japan.
Really? Oh, wow. I'll have to check it out. Next on the list, you have Tuscany, Italy.
Yes, because who doesn't love Italy?
Isn't that true?
I think it's the most revisited. It's one of the most visited countries anywhere in the world, but in Europe it's the most revisited because once you go once, you realize there's a phenomenal amount to see. I used to live in Florence, which is the capital of the region of Tuscany. And if you've seen those movies with the hill towns and the
it's
art,
so romantic, isn't it?
It is. It's very, and the food and the people and the music and the museums are just brimming with Renaissance and even back, to the Byzantine and the medieval. It's just magnificent.
What are we looking at here?
This is Siena. It's the Campo, the main square. It's one of the hill towns, one of the countless hill towns throughout Tuscany. There seems to be a concentration of hill towns and also a coastline. Not many people know that Tuscany has a coastline. Another quintessentially beautiful vignette. I think sometimes it's just like driving through a postcard.
It is just stunning.
Toscana. These are the various bridges over the Arno River in Florence. Florence, for me, was home for 5 years, so I came to know it really, really well.
Are you fluent in Italian?
Sì, certo. Va bene.
Very good. All right.
Mangia.
Mangia. I know that one. Next on the list is the Big Apple, New York City.
Yes, my hometown. And as much as I travel, I'm always excited to go home because I get to go home to New York City. And we're only half kidding when we say that it's the center of the universe. 24/7, always something going on, ever-changing, always remarkable. People from all over the world come to see what I wake up to every morning. Every season has something new. There's the cultural scene. There's the eating scene. I think that it's unlike any other, and really unlike any other city that I've seen anywhere in the world.
All right, we're going to go for a little ride next to Botswana.
Botswana, quite a ride.
Look at that.
Because it takes a day just to get there.
Is that right?
Yeah, and Botswana is the Okavango Delta, which is what you see here. I think it's one of the very few places, if you're doing the African safari, and you must in life, where you can go by canoe because it's a wetland, and during the rainy season much of it floods and it becomes this incredible oasis for wildlife viewing. So it's unmatched in that sense. You can go by canoe, you can go by foot. Not many reserves in Africa you can actually go by foot, by jeep of course, and by elephant back. So how cool is that?
That's fantastic. And we're looking at some wildlife here.
Yeah, these are some wildlife. It's part of the gazelle family. I think they might be gazelles.
Sure, okay. Very nice. And then last on the list, you have Rio de Janeiro. In Brazil.
Yes, because as the London Olympics are soon to come to a close, I think the spotlight shifts to Rio. In 2016, it's going to be home to the Summer Olympics. And in 2014, the World Soccer Championship. And it's an incredible city with 45 miles of beaches, a real beach culture.
It's a big party town, right?
It is. Rio, New Year's Eve, every day, in fact, is party time in Rio. So there's wonderful music. It's a lovely place. It's a massive country, so you can jump on a plane and see the rest of the country as well. Right. Wonderful people.
Well, such good ideas.
Yeah, and 995 other possibilities.
I love that. And where can we find your book, Patricia?
Pretty much just about anywhere, in all the independent bookstores and, of course, online as well.
All right, and you have a busy day ahead of you today?
Yes, at 1:30 I'm in the Gear Village in Canaan in the Litchfield area, and then at the Hartford Library tonight.
Very nice.
And on Friday, the Norwich Library in R.J. Julia in Madison.
Very good. All right, and we'll have more information on WTNH.com. Just click on Style. 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, the second edition. That was fun. Thanks for the ideas.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right.
I'd never know if I go on too long.
No,
or if
you
it
were
should be more
fantastic.